What is good, everybody? Just let me get everything started here today for the live podcast. Want to make sure everything is situated. I have a couple topics that we're going to be speaking on today. Again, I want to welcome everybody to the show. I want you all to follow me on social media. If you're watching this either live or on demand, the follow is right in the description. All you got to do is click and leave a comment on my page if you watched this and followed me based on this video. Today, I wanted to talk about a couple different topics. And for everybody just tuning in or waiting, I'm waiting for some people now to tune in. Notifications have been going out a little bit late on my channel. So, notifications been a little bit late on my channel. So I just want to give everybody a little bit of a second to pop in. Got some crazy news to go over today. I'm going to be talking about the disturbing case details revealed by K Flock's lawyers, y'all. Some pretty interesting information released in that case as far as the video surveillance, really. The video surveillance really paints a whole different story. You know what I mean? It paints a whole different story for everybody watching. I'm going to throw up a poll just so y'all have something to work with. I want everybody in here to vote in the poll when you're tapping in. We got some great topics to speak on tonight. As y'all know, I'm the host, Mikey T, the movie star. I'm your host, Mikey T, the movie star. You know what to do when you tap up in here. Let me know what city and state you're from. Let me know what you're blazing on. Let me know what you're smoking on, indica, sativa. You know, if you got that OG, if you got some of that new shit, you know what I mean? If you got some of them new strains, I know a lot of people are smoking on that gumbo. Right now, I'm smoking on some LA Kush cake myself. Got that LA Kush cake on deck. Not gonna lie, it's pretty strong. Yeah, smoking on that good. You already know. What is going on, everybody in the room? We got some interesting topics to speak on tonight. Today, excuse me, I'm going on a little bit early. Going on a little bit early for y'all. So we got some hella topics, dope topics to speak on. Really interested to hear everybody's thoughts on this on again, off again feud with 50 Cent and Diddy. You know what I mean? We're going to dig all the way back into this feud. We're going to dig all the way back into the past of 50 actually writing. That's right. 50 Cent actually writing for Diddy. 50 Cent actually getting kicked off of a record that actually he was featuring on from Diddy's girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez. That's right. So we got quite a bit to speak on tonight, y'all. What is going on? Appreciate everybody tapping in. Much love to Dallas on the tap in. Much love to Dallas on the tap in. Make sure you let me know what city and state you're tapping in from. Make sure you let me know what you're blazing on, all that. You know what I mean? That's what we do to get the live started up in here. Let me get this shit situated right here. This situation going on, and we're about to get into the live video right now. Definitely appreciate everybody watching this live, or if you're catching it on demand. I definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in. So 50 Cent actually posted a picture of himself with his son. He posted this picture with his son, and the caption was, "Oh shit, that's your mommy over there with Puffy. LOL. Remember what I told you the other day? These be crazy." The word was actually smudged out. I think it was bitches. These bitches be crazy. SMH. And 50's ex, who he has actually had a pretty public relationship with, You know what I mean? A few years back, 50 actually was involved in a case over going into the house and ruining some of his own belongings. It actually came out in the reports that 50 had actually ruined some of his own televisions, stuff that he had purchased on his own. So I think that was a way for 50 to actually get out of the case. You know what I mean? A way that was an out for 50 Cent. So 50's baby mama actually responded, Daphne Joy, saying, "Please stop doing this to me. I never bother you. I'm an outstanding mother to our son. Can we please just focus on that? Please." So 50's ex wants to focus on how she's a good mom and how and how the co-parenting is working out for them, and actually just forget about taking the photograph with Puffy. Forget about all the photos circulating of herself and Puffy. Well, 50's like, let's not. What are you doing with Puff Daddy? This is almost like Faith. You know what I'm saying? This is almost like Faith popping up with Tupac to a certain extent. This is almost to that level, you guys. So now they're snapping pictures of 50 Cent's legitimate biggest rival, 50 versus Diddy. It's popping again. And who would have thought? Now it's popping because of relationship issues. Let's not, man. Let's not. 50's probably like, oh, you're taking a picture with Diddy? You know what I mean? 50's probably like, okay, now I'm gonna have to poke fun at Diddy some more because it doesn't matter. It could have been Ray J, it could have been Usher, but it just so happens to be Diddy, which makes everything a little bit more interesting because of their past history together. 50 and Diddy have never liked each other. The fact that it's Diddy makes it worse. It stings 50 more. It stings just a little bit more that it happens to be Diddy. It bothers him more. Now I just can't forget about it when I'm promoting that, water, exercise equipment, television. I can't stop thinking about Diddy. Can't stop, won't stop. Once again, Diddy's all over your mind. Diddy's on your mind rent free. Shit, he's been on your mind rent free for probably the last 30 years. Before you met him, while you knew him, after you met him. It bothers 50. You know what I mean? Because of all the bozos his ex could have chose, she chose Diddy. You know, you got some nerve. And 50's probably like, I'm putting you on blast. I'm airing this out. If it was an R&B singer, he probably would have let her slide. But anybody else, you know what I mean? Anybody else, but it's got to be the guy almost in direct competition. These two have a past history. 50 at one point was actually writing for Diddy. Diddy had previously employed 50 Cent to a certain degree, is what I'm saying here, you guys, having him write for him. Technically, if you look at it, Diddy needed 50 Cent at that time. Diddy never did anything for 50's career, though. He didn't pick him up. Like has been said, he never technically signed him. 50 was actually replaced early on the Jennifer Lopez record, I'm Gonna Be All Right, featuring Nas. I need everybody in here to share this video, hit the like button. Show some respect. This is Mikey T, the movie star. If you're a first timer here, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure, or more importantly, if you're a first timer here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And don't be afraid to comment in the chat. You know what I mean? Share your opinions with what's going on here. So let me see. I went over the response. 50 put out a flick with him and his son. Then he actually got a response from his baby mama on the joint. You know what I mean? He actually got a response. And it's not like 50's baby mama is running around out here like Omarion's. It's not like 50's baby mama is running around out here like Omarion's. Let's be real. You know what I mean? So 50 kind of putting her on blast. It's putting her whole the whole shit going on in her life, it's putting it in front of a mass audience. It's kind of embarrassing. You know what I mean? But let's get back into it because these two have past history. You know what I mean? They have past history in the sense that 50 wrote for Diddy. The fact that Diddy, I don't think it was Diddy. The rumor is it was actually Irv Gotti who got 50 replaced by Nas. Or it could have been a more of a Columbia Records thing. You know what I mean? 50 may hold a grudge against Nas for this one, even. That might have even played into their rivalry a little bit. You know what I mean? But 50 can see right through Diddy just because of the way that he acts. Diddy doesn't know how to market street artists. So this is why I want everybody to vote in the poll. Vote in the poll right now, you guys. Would 50 Cent and G Unit have worked on Bad Boy? Would G Unit Records have worked on Bad Boy? I want everybody in here to let me know what they think about that. Diddy doesn't even know how to market street artists. That's why he decided to pass on G Unit, in my opinion, at the time. Even though they were lighting it up in the streets, can you imagine Lloyd Banks and Tony Yayo in shiny suits? They have too much street edge. I have no use for these guys. Diddy's probably like, I got no use for these guys. They're never going to do it. Not for no amount of money. They're too stuck in their ways. They don't see my vision. For them, they want to go, what up, blood? What up, cuz? I'm Puff Daddy. I don't want that kind of music on Bad Boy. Mind you, at this point in time, Diddy was just coming out of an East Coast, West Coast rivalry. You know what the media is saying? You know what? You know what the media will say if I have an artist that says, "What's up, blood?" You think I, Puff Daddy, want to be attached to that nonsense? You think I want my name in that stuff? Diddy was probably thinking it's gonna be a repeat of what happened when Shine shot up the club with J-Lo. You know what I'm saying? But you can ghostwrite a couple tracks for me. I'll pay you under the table. Let's just not tell anybody. So that's why I'm posting up the question right now. Does that work? Yeah, like I said, man, do y'all think Diddy knows how to market street artists? Do y'all think G Unit would have worked out on Bad Boy? Tell me, y'all. Tell me what y'all think, man. Because I can't see it. I can't see Yayo. I can't see Banks in the shiny suits. I really can't see it, you guys. But what I could see is Diddy telling 50, "Ghost write me a couple tracks. I'll pay you under the table." Diddy wanted to stick with his music, like "I Need a Girl," "Bad Boys for Life." Imagine 50 Cent on "Bad Boys for Life." I just can't really imagine it. The thought of it actually sounds silly. Imagine they took Loon off of "I Need a Girl" and put 50 Cent on "I Need a Girl" to ride, ride, ride. You know what I'm saying? He would have never done that in his life. 50 had trouble with 21 questions. Nate Dogg gave him that hit. And it worked too because it was Nate Dogg. What other soft songs did 50 have that actually worked? Candy Shop, Fail. Let me try the Diddy approach, right? Magic Stick kind of worked because of Little Kim. She saved the song. After that, he beefed with Little Kim, right? You know, I think Diddy should have strictly used 50 Cent as a ghostwriter. We all know Diddy and Dre have hits, but they don't write them. 50 did at one point say, "Call him now, because after I drop, I'm going to be charging y'all like 40 a pop." At that point, he didn't even care about ghostwriting. You know what I mean? He would have been charging Drake prices. 50 would have been charging Drake prices. He was out of here. I'm sorry, my friend. 50 would have been charging Drake prices. And that's just one of those, Fat Joe just said it. Yesterday's price is not today's price. 50 was saying that 2 decades ago. You better call me now because when Get Rich or Die Trying drops, I'm going to walk past you. You're not even getting a head nod from 50 Cent. Diddy? Diddy? I'm 50. Why does everyone bow down to Diddy? Why do they all bow down to Puff? Guess who ain't bowing down to Diddy? 50. He doesn't have to. He's with Dre. He's with M. Keep doing that. I need a girl. It's working for y'all. Because I'm going to be over here like, what up, cuz? So, I want to ask, everybody in the chat, why do y'all think that Diddy continues to poke why do you think 50 continues to poke at Diddy? I had spoken briefly on the SMS audio and the Beats by Dre. We've scratched the surface on the Ciroc and the Effin. But here's why I think 50 continues. The answer is simple. It's because 50's like, I'm more gangster than you. I'm going to continue to poke at you, and you can't do nothing about it. I'm more gangster than you, so if I decide to poke fun at you every 3 days or every other interview that I do, you're not going to do shit about it because you're soft. Secondly, where are the responses to 50 from Diddy? That right there, it shows you. It shows you that there is none because Diddy knows I'm not barking up that tree. 50's crazy. This is all the responses. 50's crazy. You never know what 50's going to do. That's what Diddy says. Where is the F50? Where's the FG unit? Where's the it's bad boy for life? You know what I mean? Why don't we get that energy? It took French Montana coming to the label to give off that energy. Dudes be saying, oh, G Unit is soft. Where's that energy, Diddy? Someone send me a link where Diddy is coming with that energy, and I'll make a video. Send me a link where Diddy's coming with that energy for 50 and G Unit. It's not like 50. It's not like 50 is picking beef with Rick Ross over who has the more popular champagne. So it shows you the issue with 50 and Diddy is a little bit deeper rooted because he could diss Rick Ross, maybe, you know what I mean? But maybe it goes into the fact that Ciroc is a much bigger brand than Bel Air. Ciroc is established, it's going nowhere. Bel Air is a smaller percentage of the alcohol sales. I'd have to imagine, there's probably a lot more Ciroc selling than Bel Air is what I'm saying. So of course, 50 coming with F and he's like, I'm going to diss the shit out of Ciroc. But if you compare Bel Air to 50's new champagne, you might be downselling yourself a little bit because with the recent videos of Bel Air, it's almost like nobody wants to taste it anymore. You know what I mean? So to put your champagne into that comparison, it's like making yourself come off second rate, which is why 50 might not do it. You know what I'm saying? And this is no shot to Bel Air, but it doesn't seem to be big enough on the market share. That's what I really wanted to say. That's what I really wanted to say about Puff and 50. That's what I really wanted to say about Puff and 50 with their issues lingering seemingly for years. You know what I mean? 50 Cent not being at a point where he was popular enough to diss 50 Cent back then. But when he got on with with Dre, when he sold 1.6, 1.7 million copies in 2 short weeks, he was on top of the world. It wasn't only Diddy, it was 50 now as well, you guys. I want to talk about K-Flock. K-Flock is one of the most popular upcoming drill rappers in New York City. Ask Cardi B who K-Flock is. Anyone in tune with drill knows who K-Flock is. He is the next Fabio Foreign. That's what the streets are saying. Ask French Montana who K-Flock is. Whoever doesn't know who K-Flock is kind of a sucker, if you ask me. You know what I mean? He was doing underground drill and he got noticed among the likes of Cardi B, French Montana. Like, who is this guy from the Bronx making all of this noise? Who's this guy from the Bronx making all of this noise? And the Bronx doesn't really make a lot of noise in the drill music scene. And he is one of the first to put the Bronx drill music scene on. We know Brooklyn drill, but what about Queens drill? What about Bronx drill? K-Flock was putting on for the Bronx. Where's Cardi B from? The Bronx. Where's French Montana from? The Bronx. So everybody who heard what K-Flock was doing and the noise he was making, you got a bubble on the streets before the industry. If you're not making any noise in the streets, industry cats are not hearing you. He probably had a deal, possibly a bidding war. Right when this shit all popped up that we're going to speak about today. And then what happened? He got jammed up. He got jammed up at the worst time possible because he is legitimately next up. So the Bronx rapper K-Flock was actually arrested on December 23rd on a charge of first-degree murder. This is literally 7 days after he was suspected on the shooting. They were on it real quick. He turned himself in, which is not an admission of guilt. It shows you're cooperating with them and you're not on the run. People do it in good faith, the same way Casanova turned himself in. The same way that Little Durk did it, meaning y'all got nothing on me. Okay, I'll turn myself in. I was walking past the barbershop. He saw me through the glass. He saw me through that glass window. Again, he was walking by the barbershop. This dude is getting a haircut, or not even yet getting a haircut, in the barbershop. Dude stopped from getting his haircut and went out so that he could be the aggressor in the situation. Could it be then a case of self-defense where K-Flock was just protecting himself? But nah, they don't want to say that because he's what? He's a drill rapper, right? This happened in Harlem on December 16th. They're saying at about 10 a.m. K-Flock's lawyer made a pretty crazy statement about this. K-Flock's lawyer is actually being prevented from moving forward with the case because of the fans who are sending in threats, apparently, through an email on a specific website called Reddit. So a bunch of computer thugs are actually hurting K-Flock's case. Are y'all hearing this? Same shit that's going on with Young Thug's case with all the fans reaching out, saying all types of crazy shit. It's holding up the case. Can we move a little bit more respectably? You're making K-Flock look crazy right now when the man was literally out and about, probably on a date. The man was literally out and about on a date. And now he's hemmed up in this whole situation. And you've got all of these fans going on all of these forums, I guess Reddit specifically, and sending out all of these crazy messages. And how can K-Flock be aware? He absolutely cannot be aware of what's going on. You think he's in there searching through Reddit, searching through Boxton, searching through every different forum? No, I highly doubt he was even doing that while he was on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. So a bunch of computer thugs are actually hurting K-Flock's case more than they're helping. So these fans that think saying things like this are helping, they're absolute idiots on Reddit. You should be ashamed of yourself for sending messages like this to a judge who is 70 years old and retiring this year. I hear he's not even going to be presiding over the case. I hear he's not even going to be presiding over the case. Second of all, why is the source not deemed credible? This is an internet forum. They can find the IP address of the person who sent the messages because the defense said it's not credible. So let me get this straight. If it's not credible threat, why are we talking about it right now? The judge is now going to have a bias against K Flock because your fans threatened me. You think they don't have their head on a swivel, especially in a case like this? And of course, the judge is going to say, my circumstance will not bear an outcome. To me, it sounds like K Flock is getting railroaded. K Flock was not the aggressor. Guess what? The ambulance found in the aggressor's pocket. We're going to get into all that. Guess what? The ambulance found in the aggressor's pocket. Let's be real about it. K Flock was not the aggressor. A loaded weapon was recovered. This is a prime case of self-defense from a rapper with a spotless record. Keyword, no arrests ever, to my knowledge. So K Flock's lawyer said this. K Flock is charged with murder stemming from an incident in Harlem in 2021. The lawyer said the case is pretty straightforward, although it was told two different ways up until a video of the incident was discovered. That's right, you guys. This case was told two different ways. The case was told two different ways, y'all. Pretty crazy, in my opinion. Up until a video of the incident was discovered. If you look at the press reports, when this murder took place, Kevin, that's K Flock, the lawyer says Kevin, that's what I call him, was alleged to be walking by a barber shop in Harlem. As he walked by the door, this is what the press reports. It says he opened the door, walked inside, and asked the victim who was waiting for a haircut in the chair what he was looking at. That sounds crazy to me. So you're actually a poppin' rapper. You're walking through the streets of Harlem, and it shows he is there. He is on that scene. He's walking through with a couple girls, maybe one. Maybe I think it was two, but maybe there was just one, and there was another one saying, "Oh, you're K Flock. What's up?" Da, 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 da. But anyways, and you're going to detract from your day to actually go in and start beef with somebody waiting on a haircut. It makes absolutely no sense. It makes no sense that that would be the way that this happened. What's popping, everybody? Definitely appreciate y'all for tapping in. We're talking about K Flock right now. So excuse me. So who was waiting for he approached the victim who was waiting for a haircut was the first report in the chair. What are you looking at? And then he shot the victim when the victim stepped outside to confront him. Initially, this shooting was described by law enforcement, by the media, to be gang related. Again, once the video, because of course every inch of every street in New York is covered by someone's security camera. Once the video of the incident was discovered, it was revealed Kevin walked by the barber shop and the victim, who was standing at the door, not getting a haircut, but peering out, looking for something. It would appear to be rushed out to yell at Kevin when he recognized him. That's what it appeared. You can see it with your eyes. Kevin waved him off and kept walking with a young woman. He kept walking with a young woman friend who was with him. Just walked by him and was like, "Nah, I'm not interested." This is a pretty crazy case with K Flock. Pretty crazy. So dude walks up to him. K Flock apparently brushes him to the side, like, I'm not interested. And you guys know why he's not interested, right? It's like, yo, I'm with a female. I'm with a female, you clown. Why are you trying to get brave? I'm on a date. What are you approaching me? What are you approaching me for on some rah rah shit? I'm going to see you later, but I'm going to keep it pushing. I can't believe that. Most of the times, dudes try to get the rah rahs when they're with a female. You know what I mean? But K Flock, he isn't like that. Other rappers be like, he is with his girl. You know what I mean? But if K Flock's with his girl, he ain't like that. He's still going to boom you. And you know what? He didn't need to wait for no ambulance to come and say, hey, this guy had a piece in his bubble jacket. He knew that. He is alive today because of his instincts, you guys. So for people saying he is done, his career is over, what career or life would he have if he was on the other end of this situation? So what? He will have to take the firearm charge. Yeah, he's going to have to take the firearm charge. Give me my time for the firearm. What? 36 months? I'll do that. I'll do that standing on my head. But attempted murder, nah, I'm beating that. I'm turning myself in on that. I'm confident because I'm turning myself in. Dude approached me. He was the aggressor. And what a coincidence. We don't have the witnesses' names. We can't prepare to cross-examine or corroborate any of these stories, which is unheard of. Why are you not releasing the witnesses' names to the defense attorney? Is it because all the witnesses are member of the other dude's crew, the other dude's gang? What another coincidence. That's very interesting. So you mean to tell me the only witnesses who were a part of the victim's crew, which only proves the point that they wanted to gang assault K Flock. He was with a female. He posed no threat. Let's be real about this. Let's be real. It's pretty cut and dry. It's pretty evident right there. Does it really need to be spelled out? Like, dudes probably went to a known location that he was at. Dudes probably went to a known location where he'd be and pretended to go to the damn barbershop. And dudes is coming after the one guy who was there when they got witnesses and all type. I remember my homie Domination. My guy Domination is sitting up right now for 18 years. Gang assault. He's sitting up for 18 years in jail right now on a gang assault charge, you guys. So for this guy who defended himself, K Flock, he's looking at a ratchet charge. He's looking at a 36 months. This is 2019 when this shit. Hold on one second. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No. Sorry, I was getting it confused with Al Bial's case. This is a 2021, December 16th. Yeah, the drill rappers are facing all types of crazy shit right now. We all saw what just happened with the Rollin' Loud show. The Rollin' Loud show, they banned pretty much all the bunch of the drill rappers again after what happened with 22Gs. This is the second time they actually banned 22Gs. So the lawyer continued on. And the victim, I hate to call him the victim because he was the aggressor. He then walked aggressively towards Kevin and the young woman with his hands in his pocket, and he had one of those puff jackets with pockets, and he was continuing to threaten them on the street. Kevin is alleged at that point to have pulled out a gun and shot the victim twice. When the victim was placed on a stretcher, a loaded gun fell out of his pocket. So when his hands was in the pocket and he was rushing towards K-Flock, his hand was on a gun, a loaded gun, and confirming the threats he was making were not empty threats, I would say. Now both the victim and Kevin alleged by the state to be opposing gangs, thus the reason the incident occurred. So this is supposedly gang violence, according to the police. And that's irrelevant, in my opinion. Again, K-Flock was by himself with a female. It sounds like gang violence or gang conspiracy. The main guy is dead. The other guy is dead in this situation, but the witnesses are alive. How come we can't connect the witnesses that are still alive to the gang? You're still conspired as a gang to hurt an individual. Why was he peering through the barbershop window, waiting to see when who the target walked by? You know what I mean? Like what? And they got K-Flock sitting up. They got the dude who was literally trying to do right by himself, shit right by the world, sitting up. They love to take people off the streets that stimulate the economy. And I hate to bring it to that level because a lot of these rappers that are out there, they're spending their money, they're stimulating the economy, they're making the world a better place to live in at the end of the day. And we try to take them off the street. You put them up. You got Young Thug going through a whole conspiracy RICO case right now. State, not Fed, you guys. Not Fed. Why? Do the feds want to come if they don't get enough time and pick it up after? Look at all these cases. They got Pooh Shiesty sitting up. One of the biggest money makers in the game. Over what? Some people who put him in a position to do illegal shit? I'm not talking about the people around him. I'm talking about the people that brought the negativity towards him. Shit's crazy. Shit's crazy out here right now in the game, man. When you look at all these different cases going on, and then you see somebody who first they made him look crazy. They made it sound crazy what K-Flock was doing, you guys. But then the video footage came out. The video footage came out of him walking by the barbershop. You know what I mean? The footage came out of him walking by the barbershop. So we're going to have to see how this thing plays out. You know, I really do. I wish the best for K-Flock. The lawyer said, now that the police spoke to everyone in the barbershop, anyone who witnessed occurred before and after the shooting. It was in broad daylight. There are videos, statements of witnesses. The entirety of the investigation was turned over to the defense as the state is required to by law, but they didn't turn over the name of the witnesses and the people that they spoke to. And the state's position is that the defendant and the people, I suppose, associated with him are so dangerous that we should not be permitted to have these names because it might put the witnesses in a danger, which is interesting because many of these witnesses are presumably gang members themselves, as was the victim. And you know what it is? Dead man can't talk. They can't testify, which makes this case even more open and shut to me. What's with dragging of the feet? You know what I mean? The lawyer is bringing up great points. Dead man can't talk. The witnesses are gang members. And as the defense attorney, he has the right to talk to them. Who are they? K-Flock is in jail already. He possesses no threat. The lawyer even went as far to say, give me the list. And of course, the reason they don't want to give it up is because the witnesses are going to side with the victim and say some crazy shit like K-Flock was there 20 deep when it clearly shows K-Flock was with a female. But if he lies, he sounds good enough, right? The lies sound good. So again, K-Flock's act was proved to be, in my opinion, self-defense. Dismiss the attempted murder. Let the guy come home in 36 months off the gun charge. What are you trying to railroad him for? You know what I mean? The lawyer went on. about the victim. He had a rap sheet a mile long with horrible violence in it. So you can understand that I'm a little bit dubious that it can be believed that these witnesses are in any kind of danger. But their position, presumably the state, is that this is the gang violence and they do all kinds of bad things to people that are witnesses against somebody in the gang. Now, it's obviously important we have a chance to interview these witnesses because they may have seen or heard what occurred when the actual shooting went down. 1 second, y'all. So you basically get the point of it. He wants to talk to all the witnesses to see what position it puts them in, if they can have any instances of what occurred when the actual shooting went down. What was said or done can make the difference. What is ultimately determined to be a case of murder or self-defense. And the state will have all these witnesses or some of them testifying for them and their case meeting with them, all things that we can't do. We don't know their names. As you can imagine, this makes me uncomfortable because the witnesses who were with the dead gang member victim presumably were aligned with him. Common sense tells you they're not going to be looking to do my client any favors, especially if you recall what was first told to the police, who then spoke to the Daily News, and it's online, and it contained false information. And it contained false information. So K Flock's lawyer was saying, let me see, where was that? They were presumably aligned with him. Common sense tells you they are not going to be looking to do my client any favors, especially if you recall what was first told to the police, who then spoke to the Daily News, and it's online. And it contained false information that made K Flock seem like a premeditated. In the article, as I said earlier, law enforcement sources claimed Kevin walked into the barber shop and confronted the victim. It never happened. That alone, what I just read, it is just cause for a mistrial because now the jury is now biased by the media reports, which we all know were inaccurate. But the media, key word, the news, they reported the story inaccurately. So now that everyone heard it, already thinks in the back of their mind that this guy is guilty. I read that stuff in the paper. I don't believe him. This guy is guilty because he's a rapper. He's guilty, right? The newspapers don't lie. He must be guilty. So there lies a part of the problem as well. We should have a mistrial just based off that, in addition to several other things, y'all. So the lawyer went on. He said the tape is clear. He never went into the barbershop, never said a word to the victim. He never went into the barbershop. He never said a word to the victim. The complete opposite occurred, as made clear by security camera video, which revealed a highly aggressive victim with a loaded gun in his pocket, with his hand presumably on the loaded gun as he's rushing out of the barbershop and confronting my client and his lady friend. So you can imagine why it's so crucial for me to get my hands on the names of the witnesses so that we can determine through our own investigation if the witness have any bias for our client or the victim. Now, the basis for refusing to turn over the names is, as I said, danger to the witnesses. But the law is pretty clear on this. There is a middle ground, a compromise that exists. The defense attorney can agree not to turn over the names of the witnesses to my client. Look at that right there. They're putting up every different alternative measure. You know what I mean? They're putting up every different measure that could be handled with helping this case move, move a little bit better. Any good attorney would have no problem doing that. That's what you need. We'll get this done sooner. The victim's attorneys are not on retainer though. And they're getting paid more the longer that this case drags on, I assume, which is why they don't care about violating the right to a speedy trial. Right? And this means that K Flock has been sitting in Rikers for longer than he is supposed to. His rights are being violated because in New York State, there is something called a right to a speedy trial. So when you take 6 months and you don't even release the basic stuff that should be done within the first month and a half, then guess what? That's called dragging it. Why are you dragging it? Why? Most lawyers want to get this done and get it out of here. An honest, good attorney would want to do that. Why are you dragging it? His lawyer pointed out that he was not caught. He turned himself in. The prosecutor noted that he provided a link with Reddit threat K Flock is not aware of. And you want to know why he's not aware of it? He's in jail. He doesn't have access to Reddit, Boxton, Instagram. He's not on social media. He's not on the internet forums. I don't know anybody who even thinks Reddit is a cool website. Let's just be real here. It's for the internet dweebs. There are no gang members on Reddit. Let's cut the bullshit. So a new post said, new footage shows that K Flock was actually confronted by the victim. So yeah, this is what we're talking about, man. This is what we're talking about, you guys. Definitely appreciate everybody tapping in today on this live video. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share this video. You know what I'm saying? Show some love to the channel. Make sure you show some love to the channel. And definitely stay tapped in for new updates. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode today. Free K Flock, 50 and Diddy. Get it together, guys. Come on, man. Get it together, man. Y'all done work together in the past, and now you guys are making it out to be like it's some big beef. Honestly, I think it's just been marketing. You know what I mean? 50's seen several shots to take at Diddy, some more lucrative than others. You know what I mean? Didn't really get anywhere beefing with him on the music tip, but he got a lot of promo, a whole lot of promo from, or for, I should say, the effing. You know what I mean? He got a whole lot of promo for the effing vodka based on Diss and Ciroc. But y'all, I'll catch you on the next episode. Make sure y'all stay tapped in. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell if you have not. Peace.